Western Conference All-Star reserves. So they named the All-Star starters yesterday, and that included Stephen Curry at the one. Then they had Shea Gill as the two guard, off guard with Steph in the backcourt. Then you got to go. Then you go Kevin Durant. They had in there LeBron James, and then lastly Nikola Jokic to round out the starters. Um, Now it's time for my reserves that I have. Um, this is, I definitely think I'm pretty much accurate with these seven guys. Like this is definitely a very good list. I'm very, very confident, happy with my list. Of all stars. And then obviously I'm gonna name some guys that may get in or are injured reserve type, whatever situation. These guys might actually fill in one of these spots for one of the seven guys I named. Um, but starting with Jalen Williams, the Oklahoma City Thunder, he's been playing very well. Um, Probably if Chet was healthy, he probably joined them in an All Star. But I definitely think Jalen Williams been a big factor of why OKC is the number one seed in the Western Conference, 36-8, averaging 20 plus. You know, rebounding, assisting. He's been playing very well. So Jalen Williams, I definitely think he should be in there. Then I'm going John Morant, having a very great year. The points isn't as high as it has been in his previous years, but he's averaging over a little over 20 points a game, um, averaging somewhere around um, eight or nine assists, something like that. But he's had so many highlight plays this year. He's, in my opinion, had more highlight plays this year than he had in any other of his past years. And then, he's also been one of the big contributing factors, if not the biggest contributing factor, for why the Memphis Grizzlies are the third seed in the West at 29-15. I think he's the best player on that team, without question. So, Ja Morant should definitely be in there. And then also to join, I got Ant Edwards. Um, he got, because somewhat of, the team has taken a step back from last year, but nonetheless, he's been having a great year, especially over like the past 15 games. He's had a couple 40 pointers, high 30-point games, been just balling. Still got the Timberwolves in the playoffs contention. Um, but nonetheless, having a All Star year. Then I'm going Wembenyama. He's definitely taken a step up from last year. You know the hype that was projected on him has been very accurate, and it's great to see, man, that the hype that was um, pushed on him, that was hyped, has actually like panned out. Like he's really been that guy, that was the media was saying the best prospect since LeBron James and stuff like that. Like it's really been that with Wimby. Averaging like 25, 11, like 3, 4 blocks, steals, assists, getting 4 or 5 assists, something like that. Been just balling. And yeah, very deserving. Then I'm going Kyrie Irving, um, having a very great year. Um, you know, 20, he averaged like around like 24, 25, 5 assists. Been healthy. Um, one of the main reasons for why Dallas is number 7 in the West. Um, and just been balling, and been very, quiet and chill about it, just been doing his thing. And you already know Kyrie's, you always want to see Kyrie in an All-Star game. Like, who wouldn't want to see Kyrie Irving in the All-Star game, man? Um, it would just be great to have him there. And, he's obviously having a great season. And then I'm going Jalen Green for the Houston Rockets. Got him in there. Best player on this Houston Rockets team. Um, so he's the primary reason why um, the Houston Rockets are 29-14. Um, you know, it's just Sengun and Dylan Brooks and those guys have helped, but are major factors. But Jalen Green's the best player on that team, and I think he's very deserving for to represent that team at All Star. You know what I'm saying? They got him at number 2 in the West. So Jalen Green. Then lastly, going Jaren Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Probably the second best player on that Memphis Grizzly team. The second most impactful guy on that team, and so therefore he's a main, very big contributor. The Grizzlies being 29-15 right now, third in the West. I think Grizzlies are very deserving to have 2 guys represent them in the West. Given the seasons that these 2, both Ja and Jaren are having, like very, very good seasons. And I think that rounds out my list. I think some guys that can get in there that I didn't mention or fit in my personal injury reserve list. AD, he started out killing in the beginning of the season. I think he was leading the league in scoring at one point, but kind of the numbers kind of went down, injuries. So that's kind of one of the main reasons I didn't really have him on there. James Harden is having an All-Star caliber year. You know what I'm saying? He's having an All-Star caliber year. He's the best player on the LA Clippers. He's the primary reason why the Clippers are number 6 in the West. They're just getting Kawhi back in recent time. But doing very great things, but then there's other guys that are a little bit more deserving than James. Luka Doncic, but he's been battling a lot of injuries this year. I think one of the main reasons why I think Kyrie should be an All-Star is he's played a lot of games without Luka, and they've won games. They're still number 7 in the conference. So, but Luka, he's having a great year. Just the injuries, and then obviously you got De'Aaron Fox. He's very deserving. Just the Kings really aren't having that great of a year as they did last year. But he's having an All-Star caliber year when you just look at what he's been doing and the stats and stuff like that. And then Devin Booker, that's one of my favorite players. But just not having that good of a year this year. They're number 10 in the West. And I think there's some guys who are a little bit more deserving than him this year. You know what I'm saying? This one of my favorite guys, you know what I'm saying? But he's always, deserving of the All-Star, but it is a political game in a lot of ways, and certain guys are having better years, and the team record, mainly team record, is better. So I don't think he did the thing. I don't think he really does. He's a He should be reserved. But injured reserve, comes down to, I definitely think Devin Booker should be in there. And it's always just great to have Devin Booker in the All-Star because he is an All-Star guy without question. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to see him in there. You know what I'm saying? But and then yeah, that's about it. I'm saying that's about it. So it's always great, man. To All-Star weekend. I've yet to go to my All-Star weekend. That's definitely something that I want to do at some point in time. Do All-Star weekend. Uh, enjoy the weekend and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this is my list. Rounds out my Western Conference list, and I'm looking forward to see what the list is like on Thursday when they announce it. But I definitely think it's gonna be very, very similar to what the 7 guys I named on each team, if not the exact same list that I'm, reading from. You know what I'm saying? Because this is it. I think this is it. You know what I mean? I think this is these guys are that I listed are very deserving, and it's just gonna be it. So yeah, that rounds everything out.